I've got... So I am 6 days to say postpartum. Oh my god, I have not had a coffee yet. I am in fact not 6 days postpartum. I am 6 days post-op, and I've got 3 keyhole spots that they went into. I do not have the results of my surgery as of yet, but I will know in about 8 days. So yeah, try not to project any feelings onto that. I'm just like, what will be, will be. And by the time I get my results, I will be feeling better and healed, which I think will be great. I think it's nice that I will not be feeling vulnerable and fragile when I get that news. So I'm thankful, even though I'm feeling slightly impatient. Yeah, the first 2 days was... First day was bed. Didn't get out of bed once. Second day was didn't move off the lounge. I did have some visitors, but I did not move off the lounge.
So I had my friends come over, they brought me some juice, they had acai bowls, and my friend brought her new puppy, which cheered me up so much. It was so nice just to have cuddles and chat to them, no pressure, and have them heat my heat back up for me. It was, yeah, really nice to see them. And then that night, my mum suggested I walk around the block to help with the trapped gas. So Jack put my yoga block on the ground, and this was me being an icon, walking around the block.
Third day, bed and lounge, and then we had a pre-booked weekend away. So I did go away for 2 days, but I took it very easy. I did the things I had to do, and then I was straight back into bed, and it was the comfiest bed I've ever been in, so that was a massive bonus. And then yesterday we got back home at like 10 a.m. and I just got back on the lounge and I fell asleep again. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Also, I had some very special flower deliveries. So I got these before my surgery from my gorgeous friend. And then I got these, which were also dropped off by said friend, but yeah, my mother-in-law made these. Beautiful little ones. So yeah, I love them. I am really fighting the urge right now to clean up. It's not even that bad. There's just like a couple things on the bench and dishes and then some junk, but I need to use my energy for the things that are important right now. On my healing. Yeah, but true though, I need to conserve my energy for the things that require it. So why am I just walking around, guys? We're gonna head out on a little walk, and when I say walk, I mean we're gonna walk to a really nice looking bench and then we're gonna sit on it, because that's about the extent of what I feel like doing right now. What I'm looking for most on this walk is fresh air. Fresh air and a change of scenery that comforts me. We need the Zen nature vibes. I've been a naughty little lad, doom scrolling. Doom scrolling for like 3 days. So while we're not gonna have like a massive physical overhaul today, like with the house and whatever, who cares? Casting that away. Today is not about the physical, today is about the mental. Today is about what I can mentally do to feel more prepared and less overwhelmed about the fact that I've taken a week off life and uni. So yeah, we're gonna do some planning, but before we do all of that stuff, I think we just need coffee and fresh air. Deep breath in nature. Alrighty, let's go, guys. Also, I'm so excited to see my work and have a beautiful coffee and see the girls. Okay, let's go.
coming in with a voice memo, and you will understand why. As I kept trying to record this video, I was just feeling super uncomfortable and I kept looking around. I felt like people were watching me, and I think that's because I was just feeling so insecure and uncomfortable in my body and not myself, which is very understandable. But yeah, and pretty much I just went on to say that I was trying to sit with myself on that bench, and I was really trying to have this peaceful Zen moment and force it, and it was just not happening. And I think I was very much feeling 6 days post-op, and I wanted to feel so much better mentally, but physically it was just not happening. If you guys ever feel like you need to just slow down and you're feeling a bit untethered, can I recommend peeling a piece of fruit in the sun and eating it slowly? I've just been sitting here slowly peeling this mandarin, and it's taken me right back to childhood, where I would just sit in the sun and peel a mandarin for ages and look at all the parts of it and smell it, and you know, when you peel that first bit of skin and like all that like essence comes out of the skin. I don't know, it's a very beautiful, mindful thing. And slowing right down to taste the fruit, smell the fruit. I just went on a walk before. Well, a walk, and then I sat on a seat, and I had this vision in my head that it was going to be super peaceful and I was going to have heaps of clarity. And as I was sitting there, I was just so uncomfortable. Like the angle of the seat, I hadn't had any water, so the coffee was just like rattling me, so I wasn't enjoying it. There was just like so many people walking around, and I just felt super uncomfortable in my body, in what I was wearing. Like my undies and my shorts were just like digging in, even though I thought that'd be super soft. So I was just uncomfortable, and I was trying to force a mindful moment, and it wasn't coming. It was absolutely not coming. I tried to pick up the camera and like talk to you guys, and I was just feeling so irritated and uncomfortable. And I came home, I got changed into this comfy dress that's like super flowy, and now I'm sitting in the sun. I've had a big glass of water. Actually, take this as your reminder. Drink some water right now. I don't care where you are, what you're doing. Take this as your reminder. Have a nice crisp glass of water. And so I feel like it was a great reminder that you can always, you don't have to, don't force things, and if you're uncomfortable, make yourself more comfortable. I was really trying to force this moment, and I don't know why. I think I just put it in my head that it was going to be great, and it would be like the pinnacle of my day that I would come back to and reflect on and think, yeah, like that was a beautiful moment today. But you can't force those moments. I was gonna come home and like sit down and start like writing a big to-do list of like everything I wanted to do today, and like, oh my god, the thought as I was like about to do it, my body was like tensing up. There was so much resistance. And it's super important to just stop and listen to yourself and listen to what you need. And what I need right now is to sit in the sun and eat this mandarin and really think about what I want to do today. My fingers are all sticky. I'll try it. I think before I was in such a mindset of like forcing things, and I think if I had have sat down and written that list inside without coming out here and being in the sun and grounding myself in this moment, I would have overloaded
my plate of what was possible for me to do today, and I think I would have finished that list and felt like it was all super unachievable, and then I probably would have gotten on the lounge and just scrolled on my phone. So shifting gears, I think it's super important to listen to your body, listen to what it's telling you. And obviously today I have the luxury of that. It's not like I have heaps of things I need to. Obviously today I have the luxury of that. I don't have anything on my plate that is completely urgent other than rest. So yeah, I need to listen to myself. I hope that you take this as your sign to slow down a little bit and maybe reprioritize your list of things to do today and put a mindful moment somewhere up front and just slow down a little bit. Even if that simply means taking your shoes off outside and taking 5 deep breaths. Just do something for you that's going to make you feel more grounded and centered and take care of yourself. So now that I am feeling a lot more centered and grounded, lots of construction noise, I'm going to sit here and write out a list for myself, and it's going to be balanced, okay? So stay tuned to see what I've written. Alrighty. Okay guys, it's a little while later. I finished mapping out what I want to get done today and how I'm going to balance rest with productivity. I've made myself this stunning little electrolyte drink with some lime. Sorry, why did I put so much pizzazz on the lime? My tripod is in the car and I can't be bothered to go and get it because that involves going down and up a hill. No thanks, I'm not safe. But I have finished my list of how we're going to balance rest with productivity today, and I've made myself a gorgeous little electrolyte drink, and the sun is shining, so the good vibes continue. So time check, it's about 11:30 now, and I did a little tidy up around the house, like 5 minutes, and yeah, I did a little tidy around the house. I put the microwave on while I reheated some lunch, and once that timer went off for my lunch to be finished, I was done cleaning up. Definitely didn't overdo it. I just put a few things away so that I could feel a little bit more chill. And I've just been watching a vlog, this one here. I always love to watch Melanie's vlog while I'm eating. I don't know why, but it's always just like, they're always the perfect length for me to just like sit and watch, and she always makes me feel a bit more motivated and in a good mindset. Especially, she's just got a lovely energy, and I just really enjoy sitting down and eating it. Yes, I do eat up her yeah, I love eating Melanie's content. No, I really like watching videos that are longer than how long it takes me to eat for. So I always end up getting up and doing things while the vlog is still going, rather than scrolling on my phone and then getting sucked in. So yeah, vlog was on, and then we are going to move into setting up this month's bullet journal, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't know what day it is, but I'm a few days into the month, but again, we don't put pressure on it. We do it when we feel ready to. And I definitely don't think today will be like a massive adventurous spread. I just want to do the basics so that I can start keeping track of things and thinking about my goals for this month, and the artistic shit can come later. I'm not feeling fussed on that today. while it's definitely easier to focus on the design and the colors and the fun stuff, I think what I need most today is to really think about what I want to get out of this next month, and yeah, focus on how I'm going to achieve the things that I want to do, the systems that I need to put in place, and why I want to do certain goals. I think that's something that is going to be really important for keeping me on track. I want to have, a dedicated space of like why, my purpose. So yeah, I think that'll be super essential to clearing some of this brain fog that I have. And then while I do my bullet journal, I'm hoping to watch this blog here, Cozy K, my girl, Kennedy. She always just makes me feel like I'm fizzing with like energy and good vibes and like kindness towards myself. So I figured that would be a beautiful thing to watch before I get into tackling my uni schedule. So I'm not gonna really do any uni work today because I'm not quite feeling up to it. Also because I just took a painkiller and I'm feeling a little bit fuzzy, a little bit spacey. So yeah, stumbling on my words a little bit, that's why. But yeah. And then after that, I'm going to have a really luxurious self-care bath, and I'm going to pick a book to read on my Kindle, and that's going to be me for the rest of the afternoon. I'm just going to focus on locking into a book so that I can just completely switch off, and no more phone scrolling. We are kicking that habit that has been here for 3 days. No more. Ugh, yeah, disgusting. Yeah, so I just want to focus on doing something with my hands, my bullet journal, watching my comfort shows that always make me feel positive and motivated afterwards. Then we are switching off and relaxing. We're going to wash this greasy hair and maybe give myself a little pedicure if I can reach down there. I don't know, tummy's still pretty bloated. But yeah, that's the plans for the rest of the afternoon. And yeah, I feel good mentally. I feel still a little bit tender, but I'm really glad that I listened to myself today and haven't overdone it. I think the biggest thing is giving myself permission. I don't know, there's just like a mindset shift that happens when you slow down and you can be intentional about the things that you're doing. I can sit down and watch YouTube for an hour and not feel guilty because I know that it's what I need. Alrighty, time to get started on the bullet journal and watching my vlogs that I love. And yeah, just enjoying this final day of rest before I head back to reality tomorrow. Alrighty, let's get started. I'm feeling pretty frustrated. Every time I go to do something either productive or restful, I just feel like I can't concentrate on it, or I'm just feeling super uncomfortable in my body. Yeah, I don't know, I tried to hold off from taking any more pain medication this morning. I just wanted to I don't know, I just wanted to feel better so bad that I was like, I don't need to take any more pain medication, I feel fine. That was a lie. And then when I finally did take it, I hadn't really eaten anything. So oh my god, I felt so horrible afterwards, and I still do. My hands were shaking, my heart was racing. I just felt sick to my stomach. I just felt sick to my stomach. So I don't know what to do. It's like everything I would usually do to feel better makes me feel worse because I can't do my normal things that make me feel good. And I'm trying really hard not to slip into that pattern of bad habits that make me feel gross, like doom scrolling and all that. So I don't know what the solution is. Can't concentrate on anything and I just feel sick. It's like maybe I will just have a shower and see if that makes me feel a bit more refreshed. Ugh. Hey, I'm back. And I've definitely been resting a lot more than what I just showed in that last video. I realized that I cannot do everything and I cannot rush recovery, but I think what I was struggling with the most was I hadn't had results yet from my surgery. And as someone that has struggled for years and years and years to get a diagnosis, it's really hard to know, especially when you've been, gaslit by medical professionals or just honestly struggled to get a diagnosis. Sometimes it's like, am I being lazy? Is this pain real? Or should I just get on with the job? Like, it's just sometimes I do really struggle to rest because I have not known what's going on. And so in those videos, I was trying really hard to feel better and the sun was out and I just wanted to get back to being me. And I struggle when I can't be me, especially when the weather's nice and, sometimes mentally I feel great and my body just says no. That's, I find it really hard when those two things are not matching up. And sometimes my brain says no and my body says yes. But yeah, so I definitely put the camera down and got back on that lounge and just rested. I ended up going back to work and I took it pretty gentle, and then I went back to uni on Monday and I haven't missed too much, so that's okay. But I think the main thing was giving myself permission during these past 2 weeks to rest and not try and keep the house clean, not try and overhaul my life. Honestly, it was really hard being at home and resting and not feeling like I had to be productive. Restless type A people will understand. What else? It was also really hard not being able to do uni work. I felt like I was being lazy and unproductive, which is not true. But, I would open up my computer or I would look at some readings and my brain was just fuzzy and foggy, and I was uncomfortable. Obviously because I just had surgery and was taking a bunch of painkillers, so that was just not productive at all. But the mental fog has cleared. I'm feeling much better. My body is feeling better. My scars are healing really nicely. Today I spoke with the surgeon and got my results back, and she confirmed that I do in fact have endometriosis, which for me just validates everything that I have known for years and felt in my body for years, and been really confused in my mind on what was real, what wasn't real, and exactly how kind to be to myself when I didn't know what was going on. So it's been, it's been a long journey. I don't know. It's a really strange thing because obviously, and I wouldn't wish it upon anyone to have a diagnosis of endometriosis. However, for people that struggle with any kind of health condition, you know how meaningful it is to actually have a diagnosis and to be able to say, this is what's wrong with me and this is how I can treat it, or these are the things that make my symptoms worse. But honestly, the biggest thing is honestly just that reassurance and that validation. And for women to say, I am not crazy, I know my body, and I was right. And shout out to my surgeon who is a woman. And when I got... Why am I crying? And it was really special when from the moment I walked into the hospital, the only man that I was in touch with was actually my dad. my dad walked me into the hospital, and then I was actually handed over to my mum, who was the nurse in the hospital, which was beautiful and very special. And you know, I like to think I'm very grown up and independent at 24 years of age, but it was really nice having my mum there to hold my hand and entertain me, and you know, I got to meet all of her new work friends, so it was just really nice. And the whole time I felt very looked after, and I got wheeled into that operating room, into theatre, and I looked around and the entire room was women. Everyone. My anaesthetist, the nurses, my surgeon, everyone in the room was women. And I felt, I just felt so safe and calm. And I looked around and I was like, wow, we've got an all ladies room. And it was funny because they thought I said old ladies. But once they heard me, everyone like looked around, and it was just a really beautiful moment. And that might be the norm there, but for me, I was a bit worried, mostly about coming out of surgery and not having answers. So I just felt really held, getting wheeled into that room, looking around, and I felt like I was in the best of hands. Yeah. When I came out of surgery, again, I had all the ladies around me. It was beautiful. I was in heaps of pain, which I now understand why was because I had endometriosis burned out of me, but obviously at the time I was trying to remain super neutral. I wasn't trying to put any extra energy into if I did get a diagnosis versus if I didn't, because I knew it wouldn't be helpful. I was trying to remain as impartial as possible, and that is the hardest thing I have ever done. Like, truly, I was trying so hard to hold both of these things equally in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Like, if I did have endo or if I didn't, I kept thinking, honestly, like when I started overthinking or Googling or like worrying, I would think about both of these pieces of paper that I wrote myself, these letters, that if I did have endo versus if I didn't, and I kept remembering and reminding myself that these letters are almost identical, and that at the end of the day, who I am as a person doesn't change, and anything I've achieved in my life doesn't change, and the things that I enjoy will never change, the people that I love will never change, and the things that bring me the most joy, while at times I might not always feel like I can do them physically, they still mean the world to me. So while yes, I'm not roller skating and climbing up the mountain every week, you know, there's phases and there's seasons, and the most important thing is now I have a reason why. So if anyone out there is struggling to feel heard or to understand what's going on, take this as your sign that things don't necessarily have to get better, but you can always keep advocating for yourself to be heard, and it might take a long time, but I believe in you, and thank you. And a very big thank you to all of the people who have been there for me over the years that it has taken me to get here. Especially to my boyfriend Jack, who is a saint at times. I would definitely put him through the ringer. Yeah, it's been a lot. And to my friends, all of them that have messaged me today, knowing that I was getting my results back. Just all of the people that are so patient and kind and understanding and validate me, even though we didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I love you all. Yeah, you know, to the friends that when they come over, they heat up my heat pack for me. They let me lay down on their lounge when I'm at their house to get more comfortable. To my friend, especially you, Kish, the amount of times she has bought me Naprogesic, Panadol, Nurofen,
the endless list of pads, tampons, drugs that she has bought me out of the cost of her own pocket when I've needed them most. Like, thank you. It's, yeah, so I love you all. So I guess that ends this surgery vlog and preparing for it. And while I did so much work to clean the house and prep for it, as you can see behind me, it is back to being messy, so I'm gonna get that cleaned up now. I've kind of been neglecting it. I've been gentle with myself in that way. I'm very good at taking the pressure off when it comes to doing dishes and taking out the bin. Not so much other stuff. Balance, baby. It's all about balance. Absolutely do whatever I want this afternoon because I deserve it and I deserve to rest. And yeah, it's been big, guys. I know I've only been sharing on YouTube for like a couple months and I haven't really shared that much personal stuff, but to me this is like one of the most personal things that I will share, and it's been massive. It's a massive weight off my shoulders. Yeah. Alrighty guys, to end off today's vlog, I'm going to, at the end, I'm just going to share some clips of my finished bullet journal that I started a few days ago. I love this month's spread, and what I felt inspired by was, I feel like I've had a lot going on recently, and despite it all, I've been there for myself and I've overcome it, and I'm still finding joy in the everyday. And so I was inspired by the colour palette. Of these flowers, pink and green. And then I thought of those cactuses that have obviously a green cactus, and then they're spiky and they're sharp, and then they've got this beautiful pink flower blooming out the side of them, and that's what I felt resonated most with this month. So yeah, I'm going to share that spread for you guys right now, and then I'm going to read out my letter. To close off today's vlog. Thank you so much for joining me. Alrighty. Dear Larnz, you have just had surgery. I know you are feeling super uncomfortable physically, and now you know that you do have endometriosis. You will be feeling relieved, scared, and confused. That is okay. However you feel right now is valid. I want you to be gentle on yourself. You do not need to action anything right now. All you need to do is rest. I am proud of you for advocating for us and staying true to our journey. It has made us deconstruct and rebuild ourselves. We are capable, loved, supported, and we are whole. While we feel at war with this body at times, remember all the beautiful things we can do. Swim, roller skate, hike, yoga, dance. This diagnosis is just a part of you, a small part. There is no changing that, but we can focus on what we can do. We are going to be okay. Love, Larnz.